The fruits of marriage. Let's talk about the four fruits of marriage as mentioned in the Quran. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulihil kareem. The first fruit of marriage is what's called Sakina in Arabic. And Sakina is translated as rest, peace, calm, tranquility. The spouses experience Sakina of the heart and the body when they come together, when they have company, when they're around each other, they experience emotional sakina. So that's the sakina of the heart. And when they make love, they experience the sakina of the body, sexual satisfaction. The second fruit of marriage is what's called Mawadda in the Quran. It's a type of love between a husband and a wife, comes about as a result of fondness, attachment, affection, and compassion. It's a protective type of love, a love where you care about the well being and future of your spouse. Before marriage, there was no mawadda. After marriage, they have mawadda, even though they were strangers before, they are like family now. Just like there is mawadda between the members of family, the spouses also experience mawadda, which is a sign from God, and it's a blessing and a fruit. The third fruit is Rahma. Rahma is often translated as mercy, but it's much bigger than that. The Quranic Arabic dictionary by the great Quranic scholar al-Raghib al-Asfahani defines Rahma as a softness in the heart that leads one to doing good to others. Before marriage, they were strangers. After marriage, there is Sakina, there's Mawadda, there's Rahma. These beautiful fruits of marriage cause the spouses to serve each other, to be nice to each other, to give each other what they know the other wants before they are even asked about it. And here's the verse of the Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ومن آياته أن خلق لكم من أنفسكم أزواجا لتسكنوا إليها وجعل بينكم مودة ورحمة إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون. And from the signs of Allah, from His signs, is that He's created spouses amongst ourselves for each other, so that so that you may find sakina in them. And Allah has placed between the spouses, between you, meaning between the spouses, mawadda and rahma. Surely in that are signs for people who contemplate. These three fruits are great fruits. They are signs of Allah that we find sakina, mawadda, and rahma after we get married. Marriage also, as Allah has promised in the Quran, increases one's wealth. As soon as the marital contract or nikah takes place, the wife increases in wealth because of the mahar, which is a gift from the husband to the wife. The husband too will find that as he tries to save money, struggles hard, works hard to save money for marriage, he will find more opportunities to make more money, maybe more business opportunities to make money and increase in wealth before marriage and especially after marriage. People who have gotten married, they know this to be true. Your wealth increases. There's more barakah. Yadullahi ma'al jama'ah. The hand of Allah, metaphorically speaking, is with the group. When two people come together to start a new family, Allah helps them and their wealth, their rizq increases. Rizq is something that is sometimes defined as sustenance, but rizq is any resource, whether it's money or not, anything that you need to function in life, to prosper, to benefit its resources. And so you will experience an increase. Allah says, إِن يَكُونُوا فُقَرَاءَ يُغْنِهِمُ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ وَاللَّهُ وَاسِعٌ عَلِيمٌ. If they are poor, Allah will enrich them out of His bounty, and Allah is immense in His bounties and all-knowing. Now, these are the fruits of marriage, but there are prerequisites, right? If you fulfill the prerequisites, then you will see the fruit. If you don't water the tree and the tree dies, how will you see fruit? What are the prerequisites of Sakina, Mawadda, Rahma, and Rizq? There are prerequisites that we talked about earlier, and they are ma'ruf and ihsan. In the previous video, I talked about ma'ruf and ihsan. The video is called Two Quranic Words That Summarize Everything About Marriage. Please be sure to watch that video, but I will summarize it very quickly now. So, what are the two Quranic words that summarize everything about marriage? Al-Ma'ruf and Al-Ihsan. Al-Ma'ruf is a comprehensive term which means known to be equitable, fair, just, acceptable, and halal, and legally known to be acceptable. In other words, you have to play by the rules. The husband and wife both have rights and they have duties. They have to play by the rules. And ma'ruf also means something that is customarily known to be acceptable and appropriate in their respective culture. So ma'ruf is a comprehensive term that includes a lot. Ihsan is about, it's also a comprehensive term. It's about doing it beautifully, not just a mediocre or half-hearted job. Do something beautiful, to do something beautifully, to go beyond the minimum, to go the extra mile, to do it with excellence. The husband and wife must treat each other with ma'ruf and ihsan as the Quran and the Sunnah and fiqh advise us to do so. Those are the prerequisites. Let's look at some examples of ma'ruf and ihsan. All of these examples are already covered in the previous video. Performing your duties diligently with heart and mind, respecting your spouse's rights, communicating with each other in a loving and respectful way, respecting each other's needs for intimacy, for lovemaking, maintaining outward appearance, looking good for your spouse, supporting each other emotionally and socially, demonstrating excellent companionship, hiding faults, defending reputation, not hurting feelings, avoiding all kinds of abuse, creating a safe and secure home, and cutting out toxic behaviors. All of this, all of these are just examples of al-ma'ruf and al-ihsan. For more, I refer you to these chapters of the textbook. Let's get back to the current chapter, current lesson at hand, which is the fruits of marriage. And they have prerequisites. You've got to satisfy the prerequisites before you see the fruit. If you're having problems in your marriage, if you're seeing people who are married and they're having problems, it's because they are not fulfilling the prerequisites, which are al-ma'ruf and al-ihsan. One or both of the spouses are not doing their job. They're not playing by the rules. If any of the fruits are missing or deficient, maybe you see the fruits sometimes, maybe you don't sometimes, or you're not seeing them as much as you would like to. Ask yourself, have I been practicing al-ma'ruf and ihsan with my wife or my husband? It's like, al-ma'ruf is like sowing the seed and watering is like ihsan. How can you have a healthy tree if you do not practice these two? Both spouses, and here's the part that is sometimes difficult for people to understand. If a marriage is failing, it's because one or both are not doing the job. Both have to work together. Two wings of the same bird. You need two wings for the bird to fly. If you want your marriage to fly, the husband and wife both must practice ihsan and ma'ruf. Al-ma'ruf is the right wing, al-ihsan is the left wing. If you are a great husband, you are doing everything according to al-ma'ruf and al-ihsan, but your wife is not, your marriage will have problems, unfortunately. Similarly, if you're an amazing wife, you're doing everything, you're playing by the rules, you're doing ma'ruf, and you're doing ihsan, you're going above and beyond the bare bones minimum, but your marriage is having problems, your husband is not doing his part, your marriage will have problems. You may be the perfect wife, but your marriage is failing because your husband is not doing al-ma'ruf and al-ihsan. So that's the part that's difficult because it requires two, both of them, to make it work. Otherwise, it will not work. Marriage has unlimited blessings, benefits, and fruits. I believe the ones we talked about here are just the main ones. والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.